Hello, person who cannot get pregnant and has no worth to this family, Vivian. When do you plan on leaving this house?
Just as I thought, you are once again coming at me with another passive-aggressive message. I'm getting ready to leave, so can you just hang tight for me? And as for you making fun of the fact that I'm not able to carry a child, could you please stop that? It is causing quite a bit of damage to my pride. And honestly, in this day and age, it isn't something you should even comment on.
What are you talking about? This day and age has no say in the matter. In my house, all you are is useless. You even ended up marrying my lovely boy Alvin, and yet you still can't bear a grandchild for me. You should be able to understand the reason I feel this way towards you.
I don't think there's any reason for you to be saying any of that. I'm at least bringing in money to the household. Can you please listen to me when I say that having kids is not the only thing women can do?
I'm sorry, but I don't understand. My daughter was able to get pregnant.
Huh? Samantha?
And she only just got married a little while ago. Such an amazing girl, isn't she? That's something my family has in common. She has to be one of the best daughters on this planet, don't you think?
Well, I'm glad to hear all of that. Congratulations.
And that's why I'm looking forward to you leaving us.
What? Abigail, what did you just say? You're saying that the reason you want me out of the house is because Samantha was able to get pregnant and I wasn't? Don't you think you're getting a little carried away with our private lives? I'm starting to get a bit fed up with you talking about all that, so could you please stop that? I'd really appreciate it.
Well, I'm saying the reason I want you gone is so that my daughter can come home before she gives birth and may enjoy a relaxing environment surrounded by people that have worth. So please just vanish, all right? Forever.
Wait, you really want me gone forever?
I'm not sure if the reason is just bad luck or if you have some kind of an infection that's stopping you from getting pregnant, but I don't want you here in case it's contagious. You just being here even now is causing me so much worry.
I'm sorry that you think of me in such a poor manner. I'm very well aware that I haven't really had a good relation with you, but I never knew you hated me this much.
That's right. It's well known that I don't need you in my life. Alvin is my cute little boy, and so I assumed you would be the same when he first explained to me that he'd be getting married, but it seems that I was very wrong. I really should have said no to your guys' marriage back when I had the chance.
Is that so? Well, anyway, can you tell Samantha that I wish her good luck with the pregnancy? I'd really like her to know that.
I have no reason to tell her anything that's come from your mouth. Even a simple good luck from you is enough to put her in poor spirits, I'm sure.
What kind of person do you think I am? I'm going to have to bring up how you've been treating me with Alvin again. You'll just have to wait until we've had time to think about you. Alvin, I'm seriously not going to be able to take living with your mom anymore.
Huh? What are you on about now? Things have been going great for you two, right?
Seriously? Where are things going so well?
Mom is being kind and doing all sorts of chores for us. And at the moment, we're living in a much cleaner house than we had before.
I told you that I have a lot of work to do, so I never had time to get all the cleaning done. I'm telling you that living with her here is driving me insane. If you plan to find another house for her, can you please hurry things up?
What are you talking about? Why don't you just calm down a little?
But you're getting close to finding a place, right? You said that by the middle of this month, you'd be ready to sign on to something.
I'm aware of what I said, but there's no good in buying a house out of panic.
Huh?
You can calm down. No need to be so worked up over all of this. Why don't we just try to make things right between you and my mom? Personally, I think that living together with her has been going great.
Hold on. You're kidding, right?
What is wrong with you? Do you really have a problem with the life we have now?
You said she only needed to live with us until you bought that house, right? Give me a second, Alvin. This may be me just overthinking things and all. But perhaps you've gone and spent all the money you had saved up for a house?
That's not the reason for me not buying a place yet. There could be the reason that my mom is old now and doesn't have much longer to live, right? Maybe I'd like to just spend said time living with her so that we can all make some more memories together. I'm just thinking that there really is no need to rush buying a new house. Don't you think it's important to spend as much time as we can with our family?
So this is the decision you've come to then? How about when I get back home, we have a talk about all this in person?
I told you I won't be home from work until later tonight, right? I probably won't even be home tonight.
Oh, shut up and just come home! If you don't plan to come home, then I'll come to you and meet you in your office.
Please stop that. I'll come home, okay?
Thank you. Now hurry things up.
I haven't crossed paths with you recently. You must be getting out of the house a lot more, huh?
What?
Well, while you've been out of the house a lot recently, I was able to throw all your things away.
What exactly are you talking about?
I told you before that my daughter is going to be coming home, right? She'll be here to rest before she gives birth to my grandbaby, right?
I did hear you say that to me.
If I keep a malfunctioning woman that can't carry a child like you in this house, my baby girl could catch something and her whole pregnancy could be ruined.
Seriously? What are you even talking about?
I'm telling a parasite to leave this house.
You seem to be saying that with a lot of confidence. Did you even have a talk with Alvin yet about me? And what's with you calling me a parasite now? I thought I was doing a pretty good job bringing in money to this house.
Do you think I care about that? I'm sure most of that money is from Alvin, right? Actually, I know it's mainly coming from him. You just try and make yourself look busy, but in reality, you're barely even making a difference with whatever job you have. All you are is a lousy wife that makes excuses day and night for why you can't bear a child.
No, I think you're wrong about that. Really, I am very busy with work. But it seems you really cannot stop yourself from making false claims about me. Well, I guess it doesn't matter to me, though. I'm sure that those lies you keep telling yourself about me will become pretty embarrassing here soon.
You're the one that should be embarrassed. You're a middle-aged woman now, and are being cared for by your husband, yet you have no plans on giving birth to a baby. You're the most useless and worthless person I've ever seen. My daughter is coming home soon with the intent of relaxing with her baby, so I need a parasite like you out of this house. And as I've said before, while you've been out of the house recently, I've thrown all your things away, so don't even bother coming home.
Well, I've already moved overseas, Abigail.
Huh? Then what were all those things that I threw out?
I'm not sure myself what you meant by all that, but you should be aware that I'm no longer living in that house. I've had the dream of living in Australia for a long time now, and I'm at that age now where I need to start making things happen. And since Alvin was getting nowhere with buying a new house, I decided to finally make the jump.
What do you mean by all of that? Why was there all these things in your room?
I don't think any of those things were mine.
Huh?
At first, you seemed to be a pretty interesting mother-in-law, but only after a short while did you really start to become a bother. Thankfully, I came around to understanding that pretty soon, and so I made sure to stop all that crap by divorcing your son.
Huh? You got divorced? From Alvin?
Do you have any other sons? I think he's the only person I know of that getting divorced from would actually work with. I just realized that things between us weren't really going as well as I had hoped. And so, we've been divorced now for a couple of weeks. And that's why I said those things that you threw out weren't mine.
So they really weren't yours? All of it was for women's things, though.
Well, I'm sure you may have thought all of those things were mine, but I think they all belonged to your daughter and her husband.
You're lying, right?
You told me that Samantha was planning to come back home for a while now, right? And so before she planned to fully move in, she was having all her things sent to the house little by little.
Huh? When was all of that happening?
Well, it seems that she hasn't been communicating well with her husband, and so she was able to move a lot of her things in before any word really spread. But at the moment, she is carrying a baby, so who knows what'll happen next.
So, that really was all of Samantha's things? I didn't know that. This is not good. I threw out pretty much all of it.
And I think some of that stuff was Alvin's.
Why would he have his things with hers? Most of it was for women anyway.
Well, Alvin is just that kind of a man.
Huh?
So, I think one of those boxes were full of his things in there. He was really trying his hardest to hide the hobby he has from most people. I'm sure that when he finds out you threw some of his favorite hobby in the garbage, he's going to be very upset with you.
My son has a hobby like that? Wait, how could you even call that a hobby? I have no idea what that boy is into.
Well, it doesn't have anything to do with me anymore, so you should go and talk with him about it. He'd even go out to certain stores and borrow a lot of money behind my back, even going as far as to use the money he'd saved up for a new house on that hobby of his. And when I learned about all that from him, I decided I had had enough and divorced him with the intent of also getting a settlement from him.
That's why you left? I never knew a thing about that. Why were you guys never saying anything to me?
Well, you would never listen to anything a worthless wife like me has to say, right? And in Alvin's case, he was far too embarrassed to bring this up with you. I had hoped to at least tell you that we had gotten a divorce and all, but I decided against doing any of that for you in the end.
I'm having such a hard time following you right now that I'm starting to get dizzy. I never thought something like this could happen.
And, as a side note, all the money I was putting into the house came from me.
Huh?
Alvin was putting all of his money, and then some, into the hobby he had found himself sucked into. And so, this whole time you've been living with us, I've been the one paying for everything.
Are you sure?
However, you will not see any money coming from me this month, so don't try coming to me for help, okay?
Well, if you've been the one putting in all the money for the longest time, you can't just pull out without giving us a chance, right?
How about you have a talk with your cute son about that? And I bet when Samantha learns you threw away a lot of her things on purpose, she'll be very pissed off. She might even have to think about cutting ties with you over it. Even going as far as saying she'll never let you see your grandchild.
She'd never do that to me! I'm going to go out and try to recover as much of her things as I can right now. Oh dear, I don't think I'll be able to get everything back for her. What am I going to do?
Well, I'm not sure what you can do at this point. I think that all of those things your son has been collecting will cost quite a bit of money, and I'm betting that he'll come to you asking for you to pay him back for all of it.
He will? Why would he do that to his own mom?
Well, you went out of your way to throw all of his and your daughter's things out. Any sane person would want their money back for all of that.
I understand that, but I don't have that kind of money. I'll have to tell them that the reason I threw a lot of their things out was because I thought it was all yours. That should push most of the blame off me, right?
What are you talking about, Abigail? There's nobody else to blame for this besides you. But you guys can all discuss that between yourselves. I'm just a stranger to you all now, so don't try coming to me with any of your drama. So with that, you all have a great life together.
Hold on! Are you really not going to give us any more money? I've done a really good job taking care of a lot of chores for you, haven't I? Do you really not feel any thanks for that? And I also need your help while I'm going through the troubles I've created. Don't you think you could pay for us through the end of this month at least?
I don't think so.
Excuse me?
I don't ever remember you taking care of me in any way. And at the moment, I'm on the other side of the globe. Being able to get this far away from my ex and his disgrace of a family is the best feeling I've had in a long time. I'm so glad I'll never have to see any of you ever again. Getting a divorce at this point in time was my greatest move.
Are you serious about all of that? Don't you have any sympathy towards your family?
I do kind of feel a little bad for your husband since he had to be with you for so long. He had to be married to a woman like you for years and years, but I guess he's able to rest now that he's long gone. Now, go run along and have the rest of these discussions with your family, okay?
Well, how am I supposed to talk about any of this, or even explain any of this to all of them?
Just say that you were mentally unstable, and that because of your issues, you decided to throw everyone's things away. That's the truth, after all. Now get lost and find a way out of all this trouble you've created. I no longer have the patience to sit here and guide you through your own mess. And one last thing, you've been the parasite in the family all this time. Goodbye forever now, you old piece of garbage. In the end, everything that Abigail did was found out, and in learning this, Alvin had a major panic attack before he started to chew his own mom out. It seems that he was able to have her pay him back for all the things she threw away of his, but that ended up using a lot of what Abigail had left in her savings. And then, to follow up her paying him back, he told her she was no longer allowed to live in the house and was tossed out. You could really say that Abigail ruined everything that made her life decent. And even after being thrown out onto the streets, Abigail couldn't find an ally in her daughter either, as she was completely finished with her mom over losing almost all her things. Even when Abigail pleaded for Samantha to listen to her, she just kept her mouth shut and went back to her husband. Now, I'd say that she has lost all of her family and will have to start a new life with whatever time she has left on this planet. It's crazy that only a month ago she was constantly trying to degrade me by calling me worthless and a parasite. Oh, how the tables turned when she decided to go off the deep end by throwing out that which wasn't even mine.